This Python program analyzes a cricket match using basic operators without taking any user input. First, I store all given match details as constant variables such as total overs, played overs, total runs, total wickets, fallen wickets, and run scored in last over. Next, I calculate remaining overs using subtraction by subtracting played overs from total overs. For example, 20 minutes, 18 gives 2 hours remaining. Then I calculate the run rate using a division by dividing total runs by played overs. For example, 156 divided by 18 gives approximately 8.666 runs per over. After that, I check whether the team is all out using a relational operator. If fallen wickets are equal to total wickets, it returns true, otherwise false. Also, check if the total team can continue batting using the conditional fallen wickets less than total wickets. Then I check whether the last wicket over was good using the condition runs greater than equal to 12. Finally, I updated the total runs using an assignment operator by adding the last over runs to the total score. All results are displayed using print statement and this program demonstrated automatic relational and assignment operator in Python. This Python program analyzes the preparation of chicken dum biryani using basic operators without taking any user input. First, I store all the given values as constant variable, such as total rice, total chicken, managed chicken, total cooked time, and oil used. Next, I calculate the remaining rice using subtraction by subtracting cooked rice from total rice. For example, 1.5 minutes, 1.2 gives us zero point 0.3 kilograms remaining. Then I calculate the remaining chicken to be merged by subtracting merged chicken from total chicken. After that, I calculate the remaining cooking time by subtracting cooker time from total time. For example, 60 minutes, 45 gives 15 minutes remaining. I check whether all chicken is fully merged using a relational operator by comparing merged chicken with total chicken. I also check whether cooking can continue by verifying if cooking time is less than total time. Then I check whether the biryani is properly specified by checking if the oil is used greater than or equal to 150 milliliters. Finally, I update throttle using an assignment operator by adding extra oil on the existing oil. Oils are displayed using print statements. This program demonstrated automatic relational and assignment operators in Python. This Python program analyzes the performance of two movies using basic operators without taking any user input or control statement. First, I store the day-wise collections of movie A and movie B, along with their budgets as constant variable. Next, I calculate the total collection of each movie by adding their 3-day collections. For example, movie A total is 18.5 plus 12 plus 9.5. Then I calculate the average daily collection by dividing the total collections by 3. After that, I calculate the marketing cost as 10% of the budget using multiplication. Then I find the break-even amount by adding the budget and the marketing cost. Next, I compare the total collections of both movies using relational operators if they click. Movie performed better. I also check whether each movie crosses its break-even point by comparing total collection with break-even amount. Using logical operators, I check whether both movies are profitable and whether it's the last one movie is profitable. Then I update movie A's total collection by adding 2 crores using an assignment operator. Finally, I calculate the difference and the ratio between total collections of both movies. All results are displayed using print statements. This program demonstrates arithmetic relational logic and assignment operators in Python. This Python program analyzes the cost of a makeup kit using basic operators without using any user input or using control structures. First, I store the price of all items as foundation, lipstick, kajal, and compact powder as constant variable. I also store the quality purchased for each item. Next, I calculate total cost of each item by multiplying its price with its quality. For example, foundation total cost is price multiplied by quantity. Then I calculate the overall cost by adding the total cost of items. After that, I calculate the discount as 10% of total cost and I subtract it to get the final amount. I checked whether the makeup kit is expensive using a relational operator by comparing the amount with 3000 rupees. I also compare whether the foundation cost is greater than the lipstick cost. Using logical operators, I check whether both foundation and the concept or compact powder cost more than 500 each, and whether either lipstick or kajal cost less than 400. Finally, I update the final amount by adding 200 rupees using an assignment operator. All rules are displayed using print statements. This program demonstrates arithmetic, relational, logical, and assignment operator in Python. This Python program analyzes its computation using breaking basic operators without taking any user inputs or using controls to execute. First, I store the calories and sugar values of each dessert, such as chocolate, cake, ice cream, and gulab jamun, and as constant variables. I also store the recommended sugar and calories limits. Next, I calculate the total calories by adding the calories of all desserts. For example, 4500 plus 300 plus under 350 gives 1100 calories. Then I calculate the total sugar intake by adding sugar values of all desserts. After that, I calculate the average calories by dividing total calories by the number of desserts, which in is 3. I check whether the total sugar exceeds the recommended limit using a relational operator. I also check whether total calories exceeded the calorie limit using a logical operator. I determine if there is any health risk if either sugar or calories exceed the limit. It results in two. Then I calculate the difference between actual sugar and the limit, and also the difference between calories and the limit. Finally, I get the total calories by adding 100 using an assignment operator. All rules are displayed using print statement. This program demonstrates arithmetic, relational, logical, and assignment operators in Python.